The city of Nottingham has experienced a series of devastating attacks resulting in the deaths of 2 teenage students and another man. Barnaby Webber, 19, Grace Kumar, 19, and a man in his 50s were fatally stabbed, while 3 individuals were struck by a van believed to be stolen from the older stabbing victim. A 31-year-old suspect, believed to be a migrant of West African origin, was apprehended by the police on suspicion of murder after being tasered. Although counter-terrorism police are involved in the investigation, there is currently no confirmation of any link to extremism. Welcome to Slant News. If you want to support, you can subscribe to our channel. The authorities are still in the early stages of the inquiry and have yet to determine the exact motive behind these attacks. According to reports from the scene by BBC correspondent Daniel Sanford, it is understood that the suspect has a history of mental health issues. As a result, while counter-terrorism police are assisting with the investigation, they are not leading it. In response to the incidents, several roads in Nottingham were closed as the police conducted thorough searches for evidence, and armed officers were deployed throughout the city. David Mellon, the leader of Nottingham City Council, expressed the city's profound shock and mourning, and the area's 3 members of parliament described the community as devastated by the bloodshed. The victims have not been officially identified, but friends and family have named Mr. Webber, a student at Nottingham University. He was remembered as a dear friend and a cherished member of the Bishop's Hull Cricket Club, where he made a significant impact in a short period of time. Grace Kumar, also known as Grace O'Malley Kumar, was named as the second victim and is described as a talented hockey player. The man in his 50s has not been publicly identified by the authorities. England Hockey expressed deep sadness over the death of Ms. Kumar, who was a popular member of the England U16 and U18 squads. The organization extended its condolences to her family, friends, teammates, and the entire hockey community. The sequence of events unfolded in less than 2 hours. Police initially responded to a call on Ilkeston Road around 4 o'clock British Summer Time, where they discovered the 2 students with fatal injuries. Later, at around 5 o'clock, the body of the man whose van was apparently stolen was found with knife wounds on Magdala Road, approximately 2 miles from the initial crime scene. Around 5:30, the stolen van was driven into 3 people waiting at a bus stop on Milton Street in the city centre. One of the individuals hit remains hospitalized in critical condition, while the other 2 sustained minor injuries. The van was stopped on Maple Street shortly after the attack, and the suspect was apprehended after being tasered. In the afternoon, armed officers carried out a raid on a property on Ilkeston Road. Nottinghamshire police, referring to the incident as horrific and tragic, stated that detectives are not actively seeking any additional suspects related to the investigation. Nottingham City Council leader David Mellon, speaking on BBC Breakfast, acknowledged the city's distress but emphasized that the spirit of Nottingham would prevail. He commended the initial responders who rushed to aid those injured by the van attack at the bus stop, highlighting the city's unity in the face of tragedy. An eyewitness who wishes to remain anonymous shared his account with the BBC. He reported witnessing a young man and woman being stabbed on Ilkeston Road near Bright Street. The witness described hearing terrifying screams and seeing a man dressed in black with a hood and a backpack engaging in a struggle with the victims. He expressed regret at not having shouted something from his window to unsettle the assailant. The witness observed the man stabbing the young man multiple times, causing him to collapse in the middle of the road before turning his attention to the woman. The woman stumbled towards a nearby house but eventually disappeared from sight. It was at that location that she was later found. The shocking attacks have sent shockwaves throughout Nottingham, particularly among its large student population. With 2 universities and over 50,000 students, the community has been deeply affected. A male student, who knew one of the victims, expressed his pain and the challenges of dealing with such a tragedy while being at university. The incident occurred close to where he lives, leaving him feeling scared and frightened. It served as a stark reminder of the importance of checking on loved ones and prioritizing their well-being. The University of Nottingham confirmed with great sadness that the 2 teenage victims were students at their institution. In response to the attacks, a planned graduation event was cancelled, and the Students' Union expressed devastation and shock. Nottingham Trent University, located nearby, reached out to its students to reassure them and encourage open discussions about safety concerns. The solidarity of the city was evident as a church vigil took place in the evening, with the Bishop of Southwell and Nottingham emphasizing the resilience and strength of the community. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak conveyed his thoughts to those injured and the families who lost their loved ones. Home Secretary Sala Braverman prioritized the well-being of those affected and called for any information related to the incident to be reported to the police, allowing them the necessary time and space to conduct a thorough investigation. Opposition leader Sir Keir Starmer sent his thoughts to all those affected and expressed gratitude to the emergency services for their response. The city of Nottingham finds itself grappling with the aftermath of a tragic event, trying to comprehend the senseless loss of life. As the investigation unfolds, the community remains united in its grief and determination to support one another through this difficult time.